Hi folks, Michael Roberts here, AIT Chief Operating Officer. I wanted to talk briefly today about a concept called NIC Teaming. It's been around for quite a while, and there's a lot of changes with different operating systems, especially Windows Server 2012. A lot of videos you'll find online about how to enable it and how it generally works, but let's give a high-level overview from the switching and infrastructure standpoint and talk about what it provides you, what the benefits are. And you don't necessarily have to do a Windows Server environment to be able to achieve a NIC Teaming environment. So let's go through the general concept here. So let's say you have a network environment that leads down to a single switch. And on that switch environment, you'll have multiple ports, and each of those go to a single host with a single network card adapter. And what's the problem with a single switch and a single network card adapter? What happens if that switch dies? All these hosts are now offline. If a single network card dies and the switch is still online, this host is offline. So all that conceptually creates a need for redundancy and fault tolerance. So we wipe this away and let's build out a NIC Teaming environment, which will show you kind of the benefits of having multiple switches and multiple points of entry. So there could be a trunk from your major network interface to these switches. And each of those switches could have access to a single host. Let's just do that. Let's draw a secondary connection for each of these switches to the opposite switch. This now creates a completely meshed environment. So if this host were to go offline, or this NIC were to go offline, or if this switch were to go offline, you still have a meshed pattern, so there's still access to some data. There could be data that's synced between these hosts, or this can be separate nodes or VMs, VM hosts. So the concept is very broad, but generally the NIC Teaming scenario here is I have multiple points of entry and exit from a host or a switch to get back out to a network. That's the overview of NIC Teaming.